Okay, so thanks for watching. We are a low-buck video taking company, but we do quality work. We're an SOT3. We sell tons of silencers a year. We've got full autos. We've got full auto Glocks. Basically, we've got all sorts of toys. But anyway, I normally don't do videos where bashes a company. Oh, here's our logo, by the way. I don't do a video that bashes a company unless you are treated horribly, horribly, poorly. I'm going to bash today Patriot Ordanace Factory, POF. There they are, Patriot Ordanace, I guess Factory is what they call them, out of Phoenix, Arizona. All right? So, a couple years ago, I actually called the owner there. Guy takes the call and tells me he's the owner. Forget his name, not that it matters. I said, hey, I'm looking for a full auto trigger for a either a 3-pin AR lower, or we've got some drop-in auto sears too, DIASs. All right. Hey, happy Easter, everybody. Guy tells me, oh man, we blow away Geisley, we blow away anybody in the industry. We got this modular setup that breaks at 2.5 pounds. Man, it's the trickiest thing. And I said, okay, you know what? We'll take it up on that. We rent the gun out occasionally here at the taco range, let people come and shoot it. The stock factory milspec triggers, they break a little high. They're like 5 pounds. They're a little gritty. You can get around it, but a lot of creep, a lot of over travel. Again, with set screws and modifications, you can make them pretty good. I've got one that breaks at around 3 pounds, 3 1/4, with zero creep, zero over travel, but it took a lot of work to get there. So anyway, they send me it back, a unit, and it's pretty, it's nice. It's nice looking. Here it is. All right? Now remember I said this was 2 years ago? I understand that. All right? But it's not a gun that we shoot that often. In fact, very rarely. It's a safe queen. But I noticed when we got it, okay, so on a full auto, you've got safe, fire, and full auto. Every single AR I have ever built, owned, and I used to actually work for Glock, so I went to all the NRA shows and the SHOT shows, and I've talked to all the big trigger companies out there. Every single one that we sell and use ourselves and sell to customers, when you fire the gun and let's say the hammer is straight up, you cannot put the safety on, right? Which makes sense. If you could put the safety on after it's fired, what good is the safety for? It doesn't make any sense at all, right? Try that. Fire your gun, take it outside, make sure it's empty, drop the hammer on it, try to put the safety on. It only goes about a quarter of the way there and it stops for a good reason. Not the Patriot. Look at how they have machined the rear of the trigger bar. Like I said, we're low buck here, folks. They cut it away. This groove portion here that they've notched is when the trigger pulls, this goes up. And I'm not going to use it anymore anyway. I told you, low buck. This part goes up, right, on the trigger bar. Right? And it hits the safety. They machined it away. They machined it away. There is almost zero sear engagement, which we've checked, when the safety's on. You put the safety on, you can pull the trigger back and you're like, holy shit, the safety's not on. The safety's on. It is the biggest pile of crap. All right, so I had a guy come in here last week and he goes, last month, and he goes, hey man, can we, ex-military guy, he was a military instructor, in his past life, and he goes, hey, I understand you got a full auto. I'd like to come out and shoot it a couple times. Hey, yeah, sure, come on out. He comes back in off the range and he goes, dude, this thing is unsafe. And I go, why is that? And he goes, it's going to go off with the safety on. And he tells me, and he goes, One of the design features is to know where the hammer is whether or not you can put the safety on. If the hammer is cocked, the safety is going to go on. You know that the rifle is cocked and ready to fire. He said, if you try to put the safety on and the safety doesn't go on, you know the hammer is up. It's a common safety thing. Not with the POF, all right? And I'm going to do a video. I'm going to put this back into a 3-pinner, and I'm going to do it, and I'll show you that you can drop the hammer and you can put the safety on. Scary. I mean, absolutely scary. So I called their guy named Luis. Typical, he's like, I don't know. Nice guy, but he'll tell you what you want to hear. And he goes, oh yeah, send it back, man. We got a great warranty thing, man. That sounds like we screwed something up. I sent it back. He calls me back about a week and a half later, and he goes, oh, we tried it, and we couldn't replicate the problem. We're going to send it back to you. And I go, hey, man, I don't want this thing. I said, this thing's a death trap. And he goes, oh, the engineers say that's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to machine the back. And I'm like, why are you supposed to machine the back? Oh, I don't know. I'll have an engineer talk to you. So I get transferred, talk to some guy. I forgot his name. Not that it matters. Guy was a prick. Guy was a total dick to me. He's like, literally picks up the phone and he goes, so what's the problem here? I'm like, you guys are machining triggers for full autos that are scary. And in the 20 years we've been in business, we've never once had a safety, whether Geisley or CMMG or all the other companies out there, we've never had any where you can put the safety on with the hammer straight up. Think about that. Think about that for a second. The hammer is up in the fired position and you can put the safety on. What does that tell you? And he goes, oh, it's supposed to be like that. Well, it turns out he wasn't an engineer. He was just a rude asshole. I'm sorry. I mean, the guy pissed me off on the phone. And I said, did you check it? And he goes, absolutely. He goes, we couldn't get the safety on. I go, with the hammer up in the fired position, you could not put the safety on. He goes, oh, no. We tried it with 3 of our 3-pinners with mil-spec safeties, and absolutely wrong. So I said, oh, interesting. Well, let me show you something here that I did to prove them wrong. If you look, you can see here, you can see through that hole right there, the top one. The bottom one, you can't. Why? I stuck a Q-tip in there. Look at that. You cannot see the hole. See, this one you can see through. This one you can't. The Q-tip is still in there. You see it? You see that? I stuck a Q-tip in there. They did not check this thing. It went to them, and then I got some email that said, could not replicate, and we're sending it back. And I said, look, dude, when I talked to him, I said, look, I don't have the receipt. I understand it's a couple years ago. I think I paid $200 dealer for this, which is way overpriced. And I said, tell you what, just give me $100 back on it, and we'll call it even. I said, I can probably find the receipt, but look, I understand it's been 2 years. I'm not here to bust your chops, but I don't want this trigger anywhere near my gun shop, all right? Well, we've had 5 changes in software, and oh man, and I go, do what you can. He goes, fine. We'll send you your money back. We have a very lucrative return policy. I'm like, okay. 5 minutes after he told me that, I hung up the phone, I get an email. It says, return to sender. Warranty denied. I go, what a dick. So here's my video to you. If you're going to buy a POF, which is veteran owned, whatever that means, it's a piece of shit. It is dangerous. They machine the back of a very important item. And when I asked him and Luis several times, I said, why did you machine the back? They couldn't come up with a good answer. I called several other trigger companies that I've known, and I sent them pictures, and I'm not going to, they promised they would give me a comment, but not to name them, and I understand that. Every single one that I sent it to, they said, oh my God, we see absolutely no reason why you would do that machining. That is ludicrous. All right? 3 major trigger companies. I'm not going to name who because I'm not going to get people pissed off at each other. Patriot Ordanace Firearms, POF. It's more like POS. These are garbage. Stay away from them. There's their cute little logo there. Veteran-owned POF. They're jerks. They have 0 customer. And I know it's 2 years. But I said, look, just give me half back. You can keep it. I said, but here's the problem. They don't care. They make dangerous parts. That is my professional opinion. I'm not slandering them. It's just from what I understand from talking to other trigger companies, as well as my own, being an engineer for one, and building a lot of ARs, stay away from them. Tahco's out.